Okay, guys, we're going to talk about area of trapezoidal prisms. So shapes that look like this, where they're a trapezoid shape, but they're three-dimensional, okay? Before we do this, I need you to understand what slice and bake cookies are. So this is what slice and bake cookies look like. I'm sure you're familiar with them. You can buy them in a tube, and they just kind of look like a log of cookie dough, really. And then you slice off the cookies, you end up with things like this, you bake them, and they keep that same shape. So whatever shape, like these ones have the three-leaf clover, these ones have a pumpkin, whatever shape you started with, that's the shape you end with. Now, in a slice and bake roll, there's an exterior, like a plastic wrap that goes around the outside to obviously keep it safe when it's in the grocery store so people don't get their hands on bare cookie dough. So for us, that plastic that surrounds the outside is like the surface area. So we need to figure out how much plastic you need to wrap a cookie dough roll. And then the second thing is that when you buy these slice and bake cookies, it's going to tell you how many cookies you should be able to get out of it. So if you buy a roll, it'll tell you maybe 12 cookies, which means here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 already sliced off. So then they'd cut another one, 6, 7, 8, 9, etc. So the length of the cookie dough tube is basically how many cookies they would expect you to get out of it. So if they had 12 cookies, they'd say that, you could make 12 cuts to get 12 cookies out of it. Okay? So if that doesn't make sense, come talk to me. I'll explain it a little bit better. But I need you to understand what slice and bake cookies are and that when you buy them, they expect you to get a certain number of cookies out of them. Okay? So for this, what we're going to talk about is like trapezoid shaped cookies. So if I was going to slice this, that's what one cookie would look like, is right here, like a trapezoid, like this, okay? We'll start with the easy stuff, the two-dimensional stuff, and then we'll move to the third dimension. So first, what we have to do is find the area of the trapezoid. So what that means is just find the area of the face of the cookie. So first, this would be 8 units, this would be 12 units, and then this right here corresponds to this side, which is 6. And then this right here corresponds to this side, which is 13, okay? So the first thing that we want to do was find the area of the trapezoid. This seems weird, but we're going to be calling that B, because it's like the base of our cookie dough roll. If you were going to stand this up, it would be on a trapezoidal base. So capital B is the area of the base. In this case, it's the area of the trapezoid. So if you remember, the area formula was, for a trapezoid, was 1/2 the height times the sum of the bases. That was the formula from before. So what we're going to do is say that B is equal to 0.5 times the height is 8, right here is 8, times base 1 plus base 2. So we have half of 8 times 18. Half of 8 is 4 times 18. And then 4 times 18, 4 times 10 is 40. 4 times 8 is 32. So this is 72. So the area of our base is 72 units, okay? Perimeter is the outsides added up. So 12 plus 13 plus 6 plus 8. 12 plus 13 is 25. Let's see, this 8 and 12 is 20, 29, 39. So our perimeter is 39 units. Now here's where students sometimes get messed up. The height of the prism is a 3-dimensional. So the height of the prism is how many cookies you would get out. This would be like, how long is the cookie dough roll? Or how many cookies? So in this case, it would be this unused side, 15. All right? Now here are the formulas that we need to use for the last 2 steps, and these are the 3-dimensional pieces. So surface area, again, is like the plastic around the outside of the cookie dough roll. So the second thing we need to do is calculate surface area, or the second big thing, I guess. So surface area is going to be 2 times the base. So B is 72. And it's because we're going to have a front cookie and a back cookie. Like we have to cover this side of the roll and we have to cover the back of the roll. So we need enough plastic for that. And we need to take the perimeter of the cookie. The perimeter was 39. So that's like the distance around one cookie. We need to take that times the number of cookies that would be in the roll. So if we had 15 cookies, we need to times that by 15 because that's all the surface area we need to cover. So if we do 2 times 72, we get 144. And then we can just type this in really. 2 times 72 plus 39 times 15. We get, oh, that's why. 15. 729. And we'll just say, we'll say centimeters squared. We can go back to these other ones later and label if you want. This would be centimeters squared, centimeters. And then the last one is volume. So capital B is 72. That's the area of one cookie. So this one cookie is 72 units times, there are 15 of them. So 72 units times 15 cookies is 1,080 centimeters cubed because it's volume. So cubed for volume, okay? All right, I'm gonna pause this because I'll get cut off in the middle of the next video. The next one's a little bit more of a pain, but it's the same idea.